Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Five for Talking. We are in the middle of the round one of the NHL playoffs. I'm here with Caps, the captain of the show. We're gonna do mostly Leafs talk here. We won't dig too deep, but I mean there is some NHL stuff that we will talk about. We're gonna go through first the current uh what do you call it? Round who's winning the
First
series?
round.
The series recap. Uh just quickly to where we are today. This is being filmed on Sunday. It will be posted tomorrow, so we don't know the score yet of the Edmonton and LA game. But we'll go through this quick. So currently you have 3-0 lead the Rangers over the Capitals, 3-1 lead Hurricanes over the Islanders, 3-1 lead Panthers over the Lightning, 3-1 lead Boston over the Leafs. All three favorite teams have 3 wins already. Are all four favorite teams. So I mean that tells you a lot how good the East is. They're just gonna go. Um, in the West, you got 2-1 Vegas over Dallas, which is an upset in somehow. Edmonton's winning 2-1 over the Kings. They play tonight. The Canucks are winning 3-1 over Nashville, and the Jets are losing 3-1 to the Avalanche, which is somehow an upset. Um, do you have any thoughts on that?
On which series? All
On
of them?
anyone? Anything in particular you want to talk about, you want to touch on there?
Um, I mean, well, let's go down the line. We can. I mean,
Hey,
Winnipeg and Colorado has
mhm.
been a very exciting series. Um, I thought it'd be a little more closer than what it actually was, but it seems as though Colorado is taking a 3-1 lead, um, and is poised to close out the series next game. Um, I think the shocker for me is Dallas versus Vegas, and not necessarily a shocker in the sense that um, I didn't think that Vegas was good enough. I just didn't think that they developed the chemistry. Um, they didn't have enough time to develop the chemistry when all those guys came back and all those acquisitions that they got at trade deadline. But it seems as though they gelled really well. Maybe they had some hidden practices, wink, wink. Um, but
You mean the cheating?
yeah. But I mean, Dallas did win today, so let's see how it goes. But yeah, that's kind of taking me by surprise a little bit. Um, Vancouver, Nashville, kind of surprising there. I always thought that Vancouver was good. It's just I thought the Demko situation was going to sort of be their downfall. That was my initial feeling behind that. But they seem to persevere and they're doing well. Edmonton, LA, um, pretty much going the way I thought it would. I just think Edmonton is more stronger than LA right now. That's just my opinion. Um, Florida, Tampa Bay, I still think that's gonna. I think Tampa Bay still wins the next game. I think it'll probably go to 6 games. Boston, Toronto. Um, I'm kind of not surprised in the way it's going, um, but I'll leave it at that. New York Islanders, New York Islanders and Carolina. I didn't think New York Islanders was going to actually win a game, but they did. But Carolina still has a chance to close out their next game, and the Rangers in Washington is pretty much going the way I thought it would. So there you go.
Wow, recap. All right. So tonight's game, 2-1 series, Edmonton Kings. If you're betting on this game, who are you picking?
Edmonton.
All right. Tomorrow's games, which will be tonight if
Um,
you're watching this. Do you want to say something about that?
yeah, I believe I just saw somewhere, and I don't know if it's official or not, but Riddick is playing tonight for LA. I don't know if that's a rumor or what. I just saw something somewhere, and I don't know if that was actually confirmed. I don't know
Kings
if
turn to
Talbot is
Riddick for
injured.
game 4. So,
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go with Edmonton.
okay. And then tomorrow, which is tonight's games if you're watching this, Tampa Bay versus Florida.
Wait, 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 wait. What do you think? What do you think about tonight's game? What do you?
With Riddick in net, it's Edmonton.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
even think there's a conversation, to
Yeah.
be honest
No,
with you.
because I want to get your take. I don't want to be.
No, that's okay. You're very
Yeah.
nice.
Oh, thank you.
Um, Tampa Bay Lightning versus the Panthers. Do the Panthers close out?
No.
As someone who does a lot of sports betting, I'm gonna say yes. I think that one
Okay.
win is the if I was betting and I did bet on Tampa Bay to win the last game and I won, that's where I would have bet. That game was the one where it's like for sure they're gonna win this one game, and it's like I don't see them winning again.
Yeah. They're
Um,
in Florida next game, right? Yes, I
I
believe they
believe
are.
so. Yeah,
Um. Hey, I still think that Florida makes the finals, but I still think that Tampa still has a little bit of gas left in the tank.
it's not
Uh,
a crazy.
and here's the thing: it's an opinion. It's not a prediction. It's just my opinion. So all you know, don't go off on me in the comments,
Shut
man.
up.
Jeez.
Anyways, yeah, I think so too. And then there's also Dallas and Vegas. It's 2-1 series. Vegas. I think Dallas ties it up.
Yeah, I think Dallas, feeds off their last win and just has a little bit of momentum going and gets the next win.
I
So
do think
yeah,
though, if Vegas does win this game, the series is over. Dallas is not coming back.
yeah.
Okay. So we went to the Sports Card Expo today,
Hey,
and we
Campos, did you take any video footage?
no, you know what? We didn't.
Son of a.
And the funny part is, we legitimately talked about it and then didn't. When you left, I was outside and I was like, oh shit, we never filmed anything.
Yeah,
Well, there's another one at the end of the year, so we'll do it there. But
a lot of cool stuff.
Felix Potvin, you can see there will be pictures posted on the Five for Talking Instagram. Um, Cap's got a puck and a rookie card signed. I got my jersey, another autograph on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting closer, even though I missed my Cabriolet signing.
Well, someone
That's
decided not to wake up on time.
You know what? I should have just went to get Dave Ellett because I ended up in that building for the whole
You were
time after
there.
he
You
left
what time did you leave?
when it closed.
What time? Oh yeah, yeah. You should have gone.
Like
You should have
literally
gone together, man.
4:55 I walked out. And we
Wow.
were in the other building for almost the whole last bit because my buddy went to PSA to get cards graded.
Wow.
So I didn't even think of it. I could have did it. I was running around like a maniac trying to find a Jordan Westberg rookie card or a Jalen Johnson. Shout out to anyone who's watching MLB or NBA right now. But couldn't get my hands on it.
Yeah. I mean, this one wasn't as busy as the one back in November, but a lot of great stuff I saw. Like,
There's so much good
um,
stuff, but most of the stuff that there's two options. It's either too expensive, the stuff I like, or it's stuff that I don't actually need or have anywhere to put. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean? Like, it's like I really want that thing, but like, what am I gonna do with it?
yeah. I felt the exact same way when I saw a couple of Gretzky rookie cards and that Babe Ruth card, and they're worth about 1.2 million. I was like, do I really need this?
I just want to point out though, like I know I mentioned it to you earlier. There was two guys, one guy in the old building, or not the old building, one guy in the big building and one guy in the autograph side building that had an entire box, a setup of just Gretzky rookies. All
Wow,
just. And the one guy, every single card in it was 17,000. That's what I was telling you. Like every single card in the box was 17,000. And then
crazy.
the other one he had like a bunch of different variations of prices.
It was crazy the amount of rookie cards I saw of Gretzky's.
You said you saw
Um,
someone buy one, right?
well, I did see two older gentlemen buy one, and then when I went to that booth when I saw that Gretzky card that was worth 1.2 million, um, I was there looking at some other cards, and then this guy came over and whipped out three more Gretzky cards and was negotiating with the guy behind that had that spot, and they came to a price of $17,000, and I
Which
was
seems
like,
to be the going rate for a Gretzky rookie.
it's like, holy crap! Like, I they went off to the side because I wanted to see if this guy would actually whip out some money, but yeah, they went off to the side and did their business there.
Yeah.
But a lot of cool stuff. Jackie Robinson card worth about $4.4 million. I was like, wow, this.
There was
Whew.
a lot more cool stuff like that this time around, I think. And I think it was just kind of more dead because we went on a Sunday, and I feel like the Sundays have less people than the Saturdays. Um, Mind you, I wouldn't after this if we unless it was like desperation to get an autograph from a Saturday, I would only go on Sunday again because that was way nicer. There was so much room to move around.
Mhm.
The thing I found that I
I
was
guess it
talking
always
about,
depends on the guest.
yeah, to this time there was a lot
I guess
of
it all depends on the guest.
it does right.
Uh,
There was a lot of this year or this time around. Um, it was a lot of like McDavid's, Otani, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and what I mean by that is it was very, 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 very top tier expensive stuff. There was very little stuff in that middle ground range where you're like, oh, I can afford this. Like a
yeah.
lot of it was like 16,000, 15,000, 24,000, and it's like, why do you even bring this? The chance of someone buying this, I mean, obviously, okay, you bring it because someone could buy it, but it's like there was the affordable price range of like 80 to $200 was very small, like the amount of cards people had. Um, it's funny we just totally jumped into this talk, but I just saw a lot of really crazy stuff like that. I did see one deal going down at the end by the PSA booth where a guy was trying to buy like 4 basketball cards, and when I say he he had money, they had like stacks of hundreds counted out on the glass. So like easily we're talking there was over $20,000 on this table. And the guy's like, I can't do it for that. And the guy's like, I don't have any money left. He's like, I don't remember the amount, whatever on the table. He's like, it's the last day. He's like, it's only a $200 short. He's like, but the guy's like, I can't do it for $200. $200 is a lot. And he's like, look at this. He's like, this is all I have left. He's like, it's the end of the day on Sunday, and I'm telling you, it was like stacks and stacks and stacks of hundreds. Like it was a
Wow.
lot of money. Um, Anyways, digressing from the point, let's talk about hockey. Did you watch the Leafs?
Have I been watching the Leafs? Yes, I have.
General thoughts.
Um, the
Well, you know what?
exception of game.
Hold
Yep.
on. Let's start at the beginning because we haven't talked about the Leafs at all since the playoffs started, have we? I don't think so. Um, in game
Well,
one, they I felt like they played pretty poorly. I'll give you my recap. In game Go.
okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
In game two, I thought they played a lot better. Like they actually, in my opinion, outplayed Boston. They just couldn't score. In game three, I didn't catch enough of the game to give you a true opinion on that game, but I can tell you they played basic Leaf style stuff. And last night, I don't know what the hell that was, but within the first like I want to say 7 to 8 minutes of watching the game, I was already checked out. I was so upset with everything I was seeing. They were moving so fast and they had so many opportunities in the first 2 minutes, and then it just all went away.
Um, the effort's not there. Bottom line, the effort's not there. I don't know what style of hockey they're trying to play. It's like scrimmage, but I don't understand why they cannot do some of the things that made them successful in last year's first round against Tampa Bay. Like just get pucks on net and just score those dirty goals. Like get some tips. Like it's it shouldn't they make it so hard on themselves. Like when they don't have to. Um, when you're taking Swayman and Vasilevsky, I mean, come on. It's like put in the effort, you know. Um, but I honestly thought that William Nylander, like him getting reasserted into the game, I thought there would be some sort of jump. I thought that there would be a better push. It seems like there was less of a push, which kind of just shocked me. It seems like Matthews is sick or whatever the hell it is. Um, Marner, I don't know what the hell's going on with him. I know he did score last night, but come on, it's like um, these guys need to put a 60-minute effort rather than a 20-minute effort. Like it's just really I don't understand why they haven't been able to learn from their past mistakes. I get there's growing pains, but I think you're past that now.
You're way past it. You're
Oh,
3 years
yeah,
past it.
it's ridiculous. Like I should be a lot more upset than actually I am, and I in previous years I would be, but you know what? I'm not. I kind of felt like this was kind of like going to happen a little bit.
We
So
didn't come into this playoff, at least compared to the recent years, as strong as we did. Does
yeah,
that make sense? Like this year, we definitely look like a weaker team than like last year or the year before.
and
Um,
then I wouldn't have been surprised if they actually played well because I felt like they have guys that will push
oh, they
back.
could.
So you know,
Listen, you made a good point. Cleaning up garbage in front of the net. You want to watch a 50 goal highlight reel of Zach Hyman accidentally scoring goals because you can. That's his season this year.
yeah.
Where's Todd? Where's Bertuzzi and Domi? They're supposed to be doing that. They're supposed to be cleaning up garbage in front of the net, and nobody is. And you pointed out something that just shows us like how gullible people are reading articles and like all of this stuff. The Score yesterday posted two articles from two different people, 1 hour apart from each other. One of them was how bad it's going to be if they keep Robertson in the lineup, and the next one was how it's a bad idea to take Robertson out of the lineup. So I'm
And both of them were written by Leafs Nation.
so the same channel or the same website, two different writers from the same website posted two articles that got reposted on the Score an hour apart, telling the opposite story. That it's
It's
like just
ridiculous, man.
it's
Like
ridiculous though. But
Toronto media is
and people are out there
ridiculous.
reading this, going on Facebook and arguing with each other about it.
Yeah, the Toronto media is ridiculous. I'm telling you right now, they just screw people up, and um, but I just thought it was hilarious. Like it was just so stupid.
But they need to figure it out. The third and fourth line to me have been trash.
Yeah. Um, I mean, I don't. As good as Robertson has been playing, I didn't think that was a good idea to put him on a line that he's never played before. You know, Dewar's been playing well with those two guys. Um, I thought they should have kept it, but I'm not the coach, and I know that we have opinions
You're
on
not the coach because
this
I would
coach.
rather have you as the coach.
Yeah. I don't. I think it's gone to a point where whoever they put as a coach is just it's not going to matter.
I think it
Um,
does, and I've argued this point for a long time about how I don't want Dubas there. And watched a video from PK Subban, and I thought it was pretty insightful what he said. Like as much as you don't like Mike Babcock, look how they played under him. There was like hierarchy where you do what I tell you to do. And now it's just like, hey, buddy, you want to go out there and maybe try and score a goal? They're like, sure, guy. Like, I don't see it. It's maybe the coaching change doesn't help, but I can tell you, Dubas is not the guy.
Dubas?
I mean, sorry, not Dubas. I keep saying Dubas.
Oh, Keith. Okay.
You could have
Um,
corrected me a long time ago. I said Dubas at
I thought
least
you
like
were
five
initially going to bring
times.
the GM into this, but um, well, I mean, we have our opinions on Mike Babcock and the way he did things, but um, you're probably maybe you're right. Maybe they bring in another guy, Mike Gell. I mean, I don't know. Edmonton went through three coaches to get to a guy that made him pretty successful. Well, last guy did pretty okay as well. But um, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe they need to get one of the guys to bring in a couple of big pieces to balance out the team a little more, um, and bring in another coach. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to happen if they don't get out of this first round. Um, I feel as though since they do have a new CEO, that I don't think Shanahan will be back next year.
I really hope
Um,
not. And you made some really good points, not just today, but like recently, of reasons why they need to get rid of Shanahan. He seems like he's lost touch.
yeah, I feel as though he's kind of forgotten on what it takes to build a winning team. When I look at him and some of the teams that he played for, um, Detroit Red Wings being one of them, it's just you take that team and you compare it to this team. It's like they had a bunch of guys that were played physical game. A couple of guys that played a bit of finesse game, but just a lot of warriors on that team. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it with this team, with the exception of a couple of guys. I want to go back to one of your points where you talked about Domi and Bertuzzi.
Go ahead.
Um, you know, uh, the fact that they want to play a certain style, or they want to pick up the garbage. Man, they don't even have a chance to do that because they're just not getting freaking pucks to the net. Like, it's ridiculous how Boston just like blocks all these shots, and it's crazy. It's like a 180 from this year to last year, where last year they were getting all these pucks to the net, bunch of tip-ins, and this year they can't even get any pucks to the net, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I watched the power play, and it feels as though Boston's actually on the power play than the Leafs, even though the Leafs are up a one
It's
guy.
it's crazy because I agree with you. Every power play we've seen so far in this series, it feels like it's just 2 minutes of clock being burned and no one's actually doing anything.
Their
Um,
entries are ridiculous, man.
yeah, and you were right. Riley ices the puck way too much. Um, it's another thing. Like we saw the video, right? And Matthews says, what does he say? This is not junior. We need to guess figure
Oh,
it
that's
out or something.
Nylander.
Nylander's like shoot the puck at the net too. He's like,
Yeah, stop crying. This is not Junior.
yeah,
Yeah. I don't know exactly what Matthew said. His head was turned, but I'm not sure if he was talking to Marner or if he was talking to Nylander, but Nylander looked like he just went off on Marner. And it's true. Like, stop freaking crying, put in the effort. This is not Junior, but I'm watching Marner's game. He's kind of falling down every once in a while. And don't get me wrong, and I'll give him a bit of a pass
he's not
because
the
it was his
worst
first
player
game
on our
back.
team.
He's not, but like, I'm not gonna like Nylander. That was his first game back, but the first few shifts, man, that guy was like falling all over the place. I don't know what the deal was, but um, I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's
Yeah, I mean,
Brody didn't
there
have a good game either.
no. I saw a few people called like okay, so when we were there today, a lot of people were arguing the point that Samsonov shouldn't be starting and they should be starting Wall. And I'm telling you, not that the Wall won't win a game for them, but I don't see it being an upgrade. Like you're just taking out the same goalie for the same goalie. So the Leafs need to play better in front of that goalie is what needs to
Yes,
happen. Tavares
the words right out of my mouth.
has been getting called out a lot lately by lots of outlets on TSN, on podcasts, on the score, that he needs to step up because he's not doing what captains should do. And I agree with it. So
Yeah, shooting a wrist shot from the blue line with nobody in front of the net. I don't think the likelihood of that actually going in is very small.
no, it's not.
So
And
quality chances is what they need.
they need to get the puck on net when there's a chance to score because it seems like they shoot when they shouldn't and they hold the puck when they, you know what I mean.
Oh my god, man! Yeah, it's like sometimes just shoot the puck.
Yeah,
You
Riley
know what I
likes
mean?
to do these little dipsy doodles at the line, and I just don't get it, and it's really bothersome for me. This reminds me of it, and it's like, don't get me wrong, because I do think this team was really good, but like the late 2000s teams with the Gary Roberts era and like slightly before that and slightly after that, where the Leafs just would not shoot the puck. They would
Yeah.
just pass and pass and pass and pass and pass and pass, and every power play got blown because nobody shot the puck ever. Um, and it's like we're doing that.
Can you imagine if Gary Roberts was on this team?
Someone would have got beat up in the locker room.
Yeah, yeah. I think we need to make something clear here, and to all the fans out there, like we want to see these guys win. We really do. It's just
If
we're
I
airing our sort of grievances with what we're seeing right now, and what we're seeing right now is pretty much unacceptable. And I believe that they would say the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Um, you know, I would love for these guys to win. I don't give a shit about
it's
4 guys making over $11 million.
this is the thing though that bothers me about it, and then I will stop harping. Me as someone who watches a lot of hockey and a lot of sports, and not claiming to be a pundit or an analyst or anything, but we do this show because we watch a lot of hockey, and it's just we want to talk about hockey, just like with on the other channels we talk about wrestling because we watch a lot of wrestling, so we want to talk about it.
Not
Um,
anymore.
but when when people at my work or random passersby or people that watch the show are telling me that in the one game a week that they watch, they can see everything the Leafs are doing wrong, tells me like something's wrong. Do you know what I mean? That's a professional team. A random person who doesn't watch a lot of hockey should not be able to watch your game and be like, why are they doing these things wrong?
Yeah. I
So,
I mean, yeah, I do this because I enjoy watching the sport. I love engaging with others and talking about the Leafs or other teams. So yeah, I'm with you on this, man. And as a Leaf fan, I just wish that uh they'd be a lot ahead of their development than they actually are. Um, because in my eyes, the way they're built and the way and what they're capable of, they should be in the finals by now. But it's just there's something that's holding them back, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, man. And maybe they do need a leader to like step up and be like, guys, get your shit together. Let's go. Like,
one
what
of
is
those
the deal?
$35 million a year players needs to step up and be like, get it together. One
Yeah,
of
I
those
mean,
three has to do it.
it's yeah. And next year we're going to be having a fourth. That's going to make over $11 million. You know what, man? It's it is what it is. If they don't get past the first round, you're going to. I honestly believe you're going to see some serious changes. I believe someone from upper management is going to go. I believe Keefe is going to go, and I believe a big time player is going to go. Um, that's my opinion. Uh, and I don't want that to happen because I really do think that these guys are capable of doing very, very well. That's
Okay.
my opinion, and I'll leave it at that.
We're gonna end
I
this
digress.
video. I'm gonna give you one question, and just you're not prepared for this, which is my favorite thing to do. So just give me an honest answer. If there's one
Yeah, I
thing
got to
you
be
can
quick
change,
because my bandwidth is giving me issues.
okay.
Yeah.
One thing you could change, whether it be moving a player around, taking a player out, putting a player in, changing the goalie, or changing one stylistic thing that they're doing right now. What's the one thing you would change right now for the Leafs? You can't make a trade. Okay, it's the playoffs.
So what do I have? So what?
You can
What?
do anything. One thing. You can only do one thing. What's the biggest thing you would do? Take someone out, put someone in, change the goalie, take more shots, play different on the power play.
Okay. I would go with. I know that I wish McMahon was in. If McMahon was in, I would go with the lineup they had before everybody got injured. The lineup they had was Marner, Matthews, and Nyes on the first line. Bertuzzi, um, Domi, and Nylander on the second line. Third line was McMahon, Yonkrook, and Tavares on the third line. The fourth line, was I believe it was Reeves, Kampf, and I'm missing somebody. Holmberg. That's the forward lineup I would go with. And I don't give a shit what anybody says. I thought that was a great lineup. I thought Tavares was effective on the third line because his minutes were a bit limited. And I'm with the defensive pairings. There's something wrong with Liljegren. It just seems like there's something wrong with him. If healthy, the pairings that they had in the first three games, is the pairings that I would have gone with. That's me. And Samsonov in that. That's what I would go with. And I thought that they played well when they had those lines, but that's me.
That's really good. Thank you for answering the question.
How about you?
No, I'm not answering this question. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you would change in the comments below, and have a good night.